Hello, everybody. Today's topic is interest rates. A couple months ago, interest rates were at historical lows. And I mean, these rates that were out there were just sick. You heard me on social media squawking all the time about you got to take advantage of these rates. You got to take advantage. Now's the time to refinance. Now's the time to purchase. Rates. We're pounding it down your throat. And now a lot of you have noticed that rates might have ticked up just a little bit. But let's talk about rates, okay? Yeah, a month ago, rates were lower than they are now. They were a half a point, maybe even 3/4 of a point less than what they are today. But for those of you out there that have had homes in the past, and for those of you that have never owned a home, here's a little history lesson that you really should know. Back in the 80s, I remember, I just aged myself, but back in the 80s, when you wanted to buy a home, you had to have 20% down, and interest rates were in the teens. Yes, you heard that correctly, in the teens. Now, I know you're sitting there thinking, okay, that was then, this is now, we're in a different world, and you're absolutely right. But if we look at rates historically, the rates that we are seeing a month ago, or even today, are historically low. It's just crazy to me. Even with where the rates are today, the rates are phenomenal. It's almost like free money. Now, we know there's no such thing as free money, and I probably have to say that for compliance reasons. But at the end of the day, just because rates have ticked up a little bit, they are still extremely low. I'm getting applications every week from people who are paying 4 and 5% on their mortgage. They missed the opportunity to get the rates a month ago when they were super ultra low. But they really haven't missed out on any opportunity. The rates as they sit today are still super low. So when you hear people out there talking about rates are ticking up, well, guess what? They're ticking up, but they're still absolutely amazing. I just don't remember a point in time in all of the years that I've been in this career where rates were actually this low. Now, you got to be careful. There's some people out there advertising these ridiculously low rates. And I say this all the time. One of the biggest questions you have to ask when looking at rates is, how much is this rate going to cost me? Especially if you find one that's a lot lower than what you're seeing out there by other lenders. It's possible in the real estate world to pay money or points to buy your rate down. So some banks or financial institutions have taken the position that, hey, we're going to advertise these crazy low rates just to get people to pick up the phone and call us. So when you're rate shopping, don't just ask about what's your lowest rate. That low rate could cost you and your family thousands of dollars, and it might not be the best rate for you, believe it or not. Especially if you're a first-time home buyer and you're not going to be in the home that long. Do you want to pay thousands for a rate that you're never going to see the benefit of because you're not going to be in the house long enough to take advantage? There are so many questions that need to be asked other than what's your rate. So if you've heard the rates are going up, you're right. But the rates are still incredible. Super low. You're going to get more home for your dough. And if you're looking to refinance and your rate's at 4 or even 5% or higher, you need to pick up the phone and find out what you need to do to refinance. A lot of times we can refinance, lower your rate, shorten your term so that you have the same amount of time left to pay on your house as you do now, or in some cases, decrease that amount of time and keep your payment the same or lower it slightly or maybe bump it up just a little bit. But those are all choices and opportunities that you have now. But you're not going to have a single one of them if you don't pick up the phone and figure out whether or not it's a great time for you to refinance. I hope this information helps. I hope everybody has an amazing day. Thank you so much for watching.